Hi guys! So today I'm going to be talking about why I don't speak Korean. So I get asked often, very often, about my Korean ability and how great I am at Korean, if I'm fluent, and questions just like that. Firstly, I can speak some Korean. Just as this disclaimer, it's not that I don't speak any Korean at all. This is just why I do not speak it out loud to people. But yeah, I do speak some Korean. I did learn some Korean, and I will make a completely separate video if you guys like on how I learned Korean. However, the reasons I don't speak Korean is, number one, I'm not confident in Korean. When I speak Korean, I feel like it sounds weird. I know my pronunciation is good, but I actually haven't learned how to say sentences a certain way. So I'm literally making it up as I go along, which is what you do for most languages, fair enough, but I'm not confident enough to believe that what I'm saying is correct Korean. It's like speaking English, we have set sentences and you know this is the structure, like syntax, this is the structure of a sentence, this is how it's supposed to go. In Korean, it's kind of flip-flopped. So for me, I look at it and I'm like, I know the sentence can't go the way it is in English, so when I'm creating it, I'm trying to create it backwards because that's kind of how it works. Like the sentences are slightly backwards in like the sense of how everything is set out. So I don't speak Korean because, number one, I don't really know the sentence structure off by heart, so I only go by what sounds right in my ears, and I just merge words together to try and get my meaning across, and it feels weird. And I've gotten some weird looks before. I've said some really strange things, and I know in my head it seemed okay, but saying it out loud, it was like, this is totally wrong. I'm so wrong. Since then, I kind of like, I've been self-conscious about speaking Korean, especially to Korean people. Sometimes I speak Korean to like some of my friends that speak Korean too. So I can like kind of test it out because they get what I'm going through, if you know what I mean? So they understand. And I'm sure Korean people do understand too, because speaking English can be hard as well. So it's, you know, it's a trade-off. The whole point of this video is that this is why I didn't like speak Korean, and this is why you should speak Korean. So just FYI. Another thing, and another reason why I don't speak Korean is because everyone and their bloody mums speaks English. English is a language that's widely spoken around the world, and in Korea, especially most of the newer generation, my age, my generation, had learnt some sort of English. Ooh, there's a wasp. They have like the basic ability, at least. Even though they might not speak it or they've forgotten it, you still have that basic ability to know like what sentences look like and how you should say them. So most people speak English and they want to practice their English on you. Dryer. They want to practice their English on you. So, you know, you find that when you speak Korean to some people, they will speak English back to you. And I've had conversations where I'm speaking Korean and, you know, a guy or a girl, whoever it is I'm talking to, is speaking English back to me. So it's like a weird exchange, and it sounds really strange. If you're watching the conversation, you can imagine how weird that looks. So in the end, I usually give in and I just start speaking English because, you know, I'm more confident in my English ability, obviously, being an English speaker. And I feel like their English ability is better than my Korean. So it kind of puts me off sometimes when it's like, I want to speak Korean, but they want to speak English, and it's like, who wins? Okay, you win. So I just give up in that sense, and it's lazy, and you shouldn't do that. Thirdly, I get bored really easily. I've tried and tried and tried to learn Korean so many times on so many different occasions, and after like a week of trying, I just give up. I got Rosetta Stone and I tried it for like, I did a lot of it, but I realized when I went to Korea that, crap, this isn't even real. Like, this ain't how Korean people speak. Who made this Rosetta Stone like program thinking that this is how you should pronounce words and this is how the sentence goes? Fair enough, it did teach me basic words like sagwa is apple and orange is orange. I'm making that up. I actually don't know if orangey is actually orange. But yeah, it teaches you really basic things, and that was great because I know the word for like basic things like keran is egg and blah blah blah, yeah. But it doesn't teach you how to make sentences, and the pronunciation is a tad off, just saying, a tad off. I get bored really easily, and I just didn't stick to learning Korean, and I regret it a lot. So don't do that. Just don't. Just stick to it and just keep going. Even if it's hard, even if you get bored, just find a way to keep yourself stimulated and learning and always hearing Korean if you want to learn. One of the other reasons why I don't speak Korean is because in Korea you actually don't really need much Korean to get by. People understand a certain amount of English, and if you know a few Korean words, you really won't struggle very hard. Like, what I learned the most was learning how to order in Korean. Numbers are great, you need numbers. Numbers are one thing you might need. Knowing money is useful, that's always helpful too. Generally, people just speak English to you. If you go into a restaurant, it's really easy to order in Korean. It's not hard to understand. It's like, learn your basics. You know, you got soju, you have mekju, which is beer, and you have mul, which is water. Those are the 3 liquids you need to know in Korean, okay? So it's like, 주세요 is can I have, kind of. 맥주 하나 주세요. 맥주 2개 주세요. Or 맥주 몰라 주세요. Kyle, how do you say how do you get 2 beers in Korean? Kyle? I actually don't remember how to order in Korean anymore. That's how long I feel like I've been from Korea. Once you learn the basics, it's really not that hard to get by without it. You get in a taxi, most likely it's kind of like just learn 직진, 오른쪽, 왼쪽, 여기요. That's all you need to know. And of course your address in Korean could be helpful too. That might get you further. And lastly, and most importantly, the reason why I don't speak Korean out loud and often is because I didn't try. I didn't try to speak Korean to people, and I feel like I did when I was drunk, but mostly no. But yeah, when I was drunk, I was the best Korean speaker ever. I remember being in a taxi with Kyle. We were with one of his workmates and we were just going at it. The whole journey home we spoke in Korean. Seriously, straight up Korean, no English. His workmate was like, what the heck are they talking about? This is so weird. But you just feel so confident. It's all a confidence thing. Once you drink, you're like, oh, I'm confident. I know my Korean. I could do a whole conversation in Korean. And I did. And I've done it so many times. But then next day sometimes, you know, with Kyle it's okay. But with some other guy, it could be really embarrassing when you're realizing that you're not making much Korean sense, even though you think you are. So it's all about confidence thing. It's about trying and wanting to actually make yourself better. And if you don't, then you probably won't get better at Korean. If you don't try, you're not gonna learn Korean and you're not going to be able to speak Korean. Mostly for me, it was the lack of trying and the lack of motivation because I really didn't need much Korean to get around. I didn't need to know much Korean to survive. My understanding of Korean was enough. I could listen to people and then I could, you know, speak in English or Korean however I felt. I could confidently say I could probably have a conversation with a Korean person right now, but it would be very uncomfortable for me, and I've done it. I did it recently. Last weekend I had a conversation with one of my Korean co-workers. It wasn't even a conversation, it was just me shouting Korean stuff at him and him looking at me like I was crazy. So yeah, if you have the confidence to do it, go for it. Learn it and speak it often, okay? Go for it. Because you don't want to be me where you spent 3 years in Korea and you learn Korean for like an extra Lord knows how long, year or so, and you don't speak Korean fluently. Now I'm gonna be watching Korean dramas and listening to Talk to Me Korean, and that's how I'm gonna keep my Korean ability up. So let's do this together. We can learn to speak Korean together and actually feel confident to speak it. So that's why I don't speak Korean, and that is why you should speak Korean. I hope this was helpful, and let me know, do you speak Korean? I will be seeing you very soon with more related videos. If you have any questions, ask below and I shall answer. Annyeong! If you like to see more of my face, click here on Batman. Batman has videos for you. Click on Batman. Batman loves you. Say hi, Batman. Hi, Batman. Annyeong! 여러분!